Hello everyone and welcome to today's class. If you're new here, my name is Lindsay and I will be your teacher for today as we move through a full body stretch. So it's beginner friendly, no props needed, nothing super hard, so it should be quite a nice stretch for you. And that's about it. Let's get started. We'll begin today's class on our backs. So let's just find a nice, comfortable spot. Keep the feet planted to the floor, knees can just fall together. Arms just gently beside you. And just take a moment here to close the eyes. And let's just start moving inwards to the breath. Starting to feel the rise and the fall of the belly on the inhales and the exhales. And finding your rhythm of breath for your practice. Starting to elongate the inhales and elongate the exhales. And on your next inhale, let's hug the knees and nice and close to the body. And we'll just reach for our big toes, maybe keeping the eyes closed still. Let's kick the feet up, come into our happy baby. And we'll just start rolling on the spine nice and gently. So one side to the other. Maybe going a little bit forward and a little bit backwards. And just finding what feels nice on the back. If stillness feels nice, then stay there. And then we will find stillness together for the last couple of breaths here. Exhale, release the feet. Plant the feet back on the floor. Let's bring our hands to our belly. We'll scooch our hips over to the left-hand side and then let the knees fall to the right-hand side, leaving the hands on the belly. So still focusing on that breath, feeling the inhales press gently against the hands. One more breath here. And then on the inhale, let's come back through center, shuffle the hips to center first, and then over to the right side, letting the knees fall to the left side. Again, keeping those hands on the belly, just finding that breath. Inhale, knees come back to center, hips as well. Take a pause here, and then on your next inhale, let's draw those knees up nice and close to the chest. Once again, just taking a moment to maybe roll out the spine a little bit. And then let's bring our hands just to the back of our thighs. Rock up a couple of times. Finding our way up to seated. And then all the way over to tabletop. So shoulders are above the hands, hips are above the knees, toes are tucked. Big deep breath in, sigh it out. And we'll move through some cat-cow. So on your own breath, take a big inhale, arch the back, look up. Exhale, round it out. We'll do 5 like that on your own breath. Keeping the breath nice and full here. And last one. And then finding some stillness in tabletop with a neutral spine. Let's take a breath here, big inhale. Reach that right foot back. Step it over the left, and then bring the gaze over that left shoulder. Taking a peek at that the right heel. Really pressing out with that right heel, and just gently twisting as we gaze. twisting to your left-hand side. Feeling that nice stretch along the whole side body. And then inhale, bring the gaze back between the hands. Let's pivot on that left knee. Step that right foot in line with the body at the bottom of the mat. And then inhale, bring that right arm up nice and high for a modified side plank. If you'd like, you can add on, draw that right arm over top of you, bringing that stretch all through the shoulder. Take a nice deep breath here. Reach with the hand. And then exhale, plant that hand back on the mat. We'll come back to neutral in tabletop. Take an inhale, draw that left foot, step it up and over. Bring the gaze over that right shoulder. Bring a nice twist into the left side body. Nice big deep breath here. Try to bring that air all the way into the rib cage. And then bring the gaze back through center. Let's pivot on that bottom leg, the right foot. Draw the left foot in line with the body. Wait for the inhale. Draw that left arm up nice and high. And then if you'd like to add on, exhale, palm to the floor. Draw that left arm over top of you. Last breath here. Really reach with those fingertips. And then exhale, plant the hand, come back through center. Let's walk the hands forward to the top of the mat. Take a big step with that left foot. We're going to pivot on the right foot and then press through the feet as we come up to our warrior two, sinking into those hips. So the back foot is parallel with the short edge of the mat. Front foot's facing forward, shoulders are rolled back, and we're bringing our gaze over that front middle finger. Couple big deep breaths here. And then as we exhale, let's drop our left arm down to our knee. Inhale, draw that right arm up over top for side angle. Trying not to dump too much into that shoulder, really pressing up through that left foot and reaching out with our right arm. And then inhale, come all the way up to center. Keep the hands nice and straight out to the side. Pivot on the feet. We're going to heel toe those feet in just a little bit and then bring the hands to the hips and bring it forward for a forward fold. So check in with that back, nice flat back, knees aren't locked into place, and just find your fold, wherever that might be. If this is a bit too intense for you, you can always just widen the stance a little bit, and just stay here. A couple nice deep breaths, bring a nice stretch into the backs of the legs, the quads, a little bit into the glutes. Just making sure we're not feeling any pain or any pinching here. And then inhale, draw those shoulders up and back, hands come to the hips, come all the way back up. And then we'll pivot on that right foot, meaning to heel toe that left foot back a little bit, and come into our warrior two on the opposite side. Gazing over that front middle finger. And then let's draw that right hand down. Left arm comes up and over top, reaching for extended side angle on the opposite side. Try to press through that back foot, through the outer edge of that back foot, as we keep nice pressure in that front foot. It's easier than it looks. Harder than it looks. Harder than it looks. I wish it was easier than it looks. And then inhale, come back up through center. Keep the arms out. This time we'll heel toe our feet in, but let's keep the heels facing inwards, toes pointed out. Big inhale, and then exhale, sink through the hips into our goddess pose. Maybe taking a moment, just finding some movement here. Maybe bringing a little bounce into it. And then we'll inhale our hands through heart center. And if you'd like to come into the full expression, bring the arms out to the side. Index finger and thumb are connected. Shoulders are rolled back, crown of the head stays lifted. And then take a big inhale. Stand it up nice and tall. Exhale, release. We'll heel toe our feet in a little bit closer. We'll come down through our yogi squat. So feet are still toes are still pointed outwards. Big inhale. And then exhale. Keep the hands out for balance. And start sinking through those hips, coming all the way down. If you need to use the hands at any point, that's totally fine. Place the hands out in front of you. And we're just gonna move through the knees a little bit. So just draw one knee towards the floor, and then the other one. It's bringing some movement into those hips. Nice, gentle movements. And then finding some stillness. We'll bring the hands to heart center. Nice big inhale. And then exhale, sink into the hips. We'll stay in stillness for a few breaths here. Maybe closing the eyes. And just feeling into all that this posture has to offer. And if your eyes are closed, let's open them back up. Exhale, whew. Let's just come right down to the seat. We're gonna roll over, come into a child's pose. So let's bring the feet to touch, knees nice and wide, untuck the toes, and then we'll sink the hips back. Stay up on the fingertips for the first time, and then we'll just relax that head down. Bringing a nice stretch in through the shoulders, the upper back, tops of the arms. And then eventually let's come down to the palms of the hands, drop the forehead, take a big deep breath in, and then exhale, sigh it out and release. Letting the whole body just fall flat to the floor. Releasing any sort of controlled breathing. And just coming to a place of stillness. And let's slowly start rolling up to seated. Coming all the way up, bringing the knees together. Sitting up nice and tall. That is it for today's practice. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you feel a little bit more fresh, and we will see you next time. Stay humble.